Hello, Yearbookers. Welcome to Yearbooks Live, the podcast for yearbook teams to learn everything you need to know about the yearbook business with your yearbook lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, JP, coming to you from rainy South Florida today. Yes, it's been raining for about 24 straight hours. Today, we're going to learn about yearbook sales and marketing, how to sell your yearbook, how to market your yearbook, and all the different things you can do to help you do that and to succeed. This is an interesting year. I think, my personal belief is this is the year most people should want their yearbook. So we're going to teach you how to sell the yearbook, how to market the yearbook, how to get people interested. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about sales and marketing your yearbook. This is going to be an interesting year. You have some schools in full-time session, part-time, or not at all, or a combination of any of those. So this is going to be an interesting year. So you need to have a plan of how to sell your yearbooks. You need to have a plan to sell your yearbooks with the students that are in school and the students that are out of school, doing work from home, doing online learning. So you need to have a plan to do both. There are two different types of yearbook sales. One is called offline sales. That's where you take checks or cash, maybe over a counter or a table in the lunchroom, in the gym, in a classroom, something like that, or even where parents send their checks into you in an envelope or whatever they might do. So those are offline sales, meaning you're not doing any online sales, it's offline sales. Let me give you some ideas of what to do for offline sales. Obviously, you're going to be offering the ability to collect checks, credit cards, or cash, or a combination of each. So you have a couple of places where you can do this. Now, I know what most of you do. You set up a table, like I said, maybe in a lunchroom, or in a certain period in the gym, or in a particular classroom, or you might even have a way that you have, some schools I've seen even have a credit card machine, whether it be, Apple Pay or whatever they have, whatever they have to be able to collect credit cards at the school. So what do we got to do? The old school method to get people to buy yearbooks in offline sales and offline marketing. All right, so we're doing offline marketing, not online marketing, offline. Old school, posters up around the school. You put up posters all around the school. You want to do that in high traffic areas. The entrance and exit doors, really important. The lunchroom door, the music room, the art room, main hallway areas. You want to put up all the posters letting people know that the yearbook sale is going on. On that poster, you should have the date of the sale, the amount of the yearbook, and all of that good stuff. So the important information you need to make sure that you have available to your students each and every day. Also, don't forget to use the morning announcements. Morning announcements, those students that are in school today, you have their captured attention. So every day you have morning announcements, you're talking about the yearbook sale, letting students know that the yearbook is going on, the yearbook sale is going on right now, so that everybody is ready to order the yearbook when they get home after hearing those morning announcements. You also should, any school events. Now I know this year is a little interesting. You may not have too many events, but any school event is really important to offer yearbook sales. So whether you have a play or a football game or any kind of event, a Christmas event or a holiday event or anything like that, where you have parents and students coming to the school, you want to set up a table. You want to set up a table and have offline sales ready to go. Whether you're taking cash, whether you're taking check, you want to have flyers, you want to have all the information there on the table ready to take yearbook orders. So part of the offline sales plan is events at the school. Don't forget, sports are really important. People forget sports all the time. It's very important to have a yearbook table at sporting events to sell yearbooks. You got a lot of parents there, a lot of students there. Great time to sell it. Even if you can't be at the sporting event, it's a good idea at the concession stand to have yearbook flyers. At least parents that are going can see and grab a yearbook flyer at the concession stand when they're getting their soda or whatever else they're getting. So it's really important. Any event that you have at the school where you have the undivided attention of parents and students, you want to make sure that you're offering yearbook sales. Something else that you could do is the school broadcast system. Some schools have this, some schools don't. Here locally in our area, we call it the call-out system. It's where the school has a robocall, if you will, and they call out to the parents every day. It's really important that you on that robocall to mention the yearbook sale. It's kind of like that morning announcement. It's that evening announcement. So now the students have seen the poster. They've seen your flyers at the football games. Now they're hearing it on the morning announcements. Now you're calling them on that robocall. So it's a good idea to go ahead and use that robocall system if your administration will allow it to also offer yearbook sales. Something new that a lot of schools are doing nowadays, kind of offline, online, kind of a hybrid system, is text messaging. Really important that if you have a text messaging system to offer yearbook sales, that you do that. You send out those sales texts. You make sure you put a link in that text to your storefront or some information on your website that it describes exactly how to buy a yearbook online. So don't forget text messaging. It's really, really important. So you have a lot of options when it comes to in-school sales or offline sales. All right? You know, every student, every parent has that mobile device in their hand all day long. You have to use online sales nowadays to promote your yearbook. It is extremely important. It is the way that most of your students are going to learn about the yearbook sales, or at least your parents. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you have a flyer and you send that flyer home to students, which is part of that offline program that I may not have mentioned, but you have those flyers that go home. Remember, those students have a big book bag. That flyer sometimes gets crushed, stuffed in the bottom of the book bag, and a parent may never see that flyer. So what you want to be sure is you're sending messages out via online sales. So let me give you a couple of ideas. Obviously, social media, extremely important. We know when mom and dad wake up, when students wake up, they're on their social media first thing they do. They're looking at their Facebook feed, their Instagram, their Twitter. Those are the three major ones: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You want to be sure that you are marketing with your Facebook page, your school's Facebook page if you have one. If you don't have one, great time right now to get one. You can market everything, not just yearbooks. You could be marketing every single event, every single thing you're trying to sell, everything you're trying to do on those three social medias. If you don't do anything else, just do that. Market with Facebook, market to Instagram, market with Twitter. Make sure you put a link in your ads, in your post, I should say, of how to buy a yearbook, whether it's an instruction web page on your website or it's a storefront, directly to the storefront where students can buy yearbooks or parents can buy yearbooks. So social media, number one form of online yearbook sales and marketing. Something else, if you have a school website, and I'm sure all of you do, whether you're selling your yearbooks through your website, school website, or through a PTA, or whatever it is, somewhere on a website, it should have a link. You should have a little banner, buy your yearbook. And in that banner, you should be able to click it. A parent should be able to link right to the storefront, or again, information on how to buy the yearbook. So you want to make sure that on your website, you want to put a link or a banner. If you're not sure how to do that, your yearbook company or your yearbook rep should be able to help you how to do that. It should be able to tell you how to do that. It's very simple. All you need is your webmaster to help you out a little bit. Take you about 10 minutes to set the whole thing up. It's really simple. You can call us if you need help doing it. It's really easy. If parents are visiting your website constantly for information, it's a great idea to have that banner right there on your website. So again, part of the online sales and marketing idea. Man, I can't tell you enough about this one as well. Emails. You're emailing parents. At least I'm a parent of a third grader, and I can tell you that we probably get 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 emails every day. Yes, it gets tedious. Sometimes you scroll through them and you're deleting them automatically because you're just tired of getting so many. But I'll tell you, it's still a great idea to put the yearbook sale all by itself in your email plan. So if you have an email plan in school where you have an email system that emails everything out automatically to schools, or I'm sorry, to parents from the school, you want to make sure you put the yearbook opportunity, yearbook sale opportunity to buy a yearbook in that email. You can also include that in any newsletter that you send out. So buy a yearbook now, right there in any newsletter that you're emailing. So it's really important to use email. Don't forget email. Yes, I know a lot of emails go out, parents read them or they don't, but it's nice to have one just for yearbook. You put, right in the subject line, yearbook sale going on now, something like that. You'll be really surprised at how much traffic you'll get to your yearbook website. Some yearbook companies offer schools nowadays something called a marketing assistance program, where the company will actually ask you for your parent emails, and they should have a privacy policy for those emails, but they'll ask you for those emails, and on your behalf, whether for a fee or no charge at all, they'll send out these nice graphical, nice pretty emails to your parents every month, directing them right to your storefront. Keep in mind, I highly recommend that you open up a storefront through your yearbook vendor. I think just about every yearbook vendor today has a storefront where you can buy yearbooks online and you can buy yearbook ads online and a whole lot of other things. You can submit photos to folders or to the yearbook advisor. So it's important to have a storefront, especially if you're doing online sales, that you can link everybody to and send them right to your own storefront. And that's really important. So make sure you set up a storefront, get your online marketing going on, make sure you get your offline marketing going on. Something else I just want to talk to you about, going back to offline sales for a second. In many schools, and again, it may be a little different this year. This is the year of COVID. So if you look at this down the road in the future, a couple years down the road, you might not have COVID right now and this might not pertain to you. But right now, a lot of parents aren't coming to the school. They're not dropping off and picking up their students. But those who are, and later on, those who will, and we will get back to normal. So there will be a time where there's going to be a huge car line of students being picked up in the afternoon or dropped off in the morning. So you have the undivided attention of all of these parents every day. A great offline sales technique is to have a yearbook flyer in the car line. So you're going around, knocking on the window, handing the flyer right into the window, and just sending mom or dad on their way after they pick up or drop off their students. So the car line is another place where you have the undivided attention of every parent. Really easy to do. Get a couple of volunteers in that car line selling yearbooks, and you'd be surprised at how much traffic you'll get and how many yearbook sales you'll get. So these are only a few of the many ideas. I think we've given you a good start on yearbook sales. Something else that I want to also talk to you about really quick. Right now, during this difficult time, there's a lot of people that might be out of work, and there's not a whole lot of money that maybe not available for a yearbook this year for some parents. There's some unemployment issues right now that are going on, and we want to make sure that everybody's able to have a yearbook. So a couple ideas I want to give you to help make the yearbook less expensive for students. I think this is the most important year ever for a yearbook. But one of the things you need to do is you need to be sure that you offer those students who can't afford a yearbook the opportunity to buy one. So some of the ideas that I want to give you is fundraising. Yes, I understand. Fundraising right now is a little difficult with the amount of students you may or may not have in school. But fundraising just for the yearbook is extremely important, whether you do a candy sale or whatever you're allowed to do in your school. You guys can go to ptotoday.com or any of those websites that offer fundraising opportunities and ideas, and they'll be happy to sign your yearbook class up for any fundraiser that you can do to help lower the cost of the yearbook. So just as an example, if the yearbooks cost $1,000 and you can get $500 in fundraising, you only have to pay your yearbook vendor $500. So that really helps in what you can charge your students for the yearbook. Now your yearbook went from $20 to $10. Now more students are able to afford it. So any kind of fundraising idea is really important that you jump on to help supplement that cost of the yearbook. Something else that you can do is you can do business ads in the back of the yearbook. It doesn't have to be that expensive. So you can go around to your community offering advertising in the back of your yearbook, no matter what kind of business it is, dry cleaning, pizza shop, whatever it might be, especially those right around the school. Really important to offer business advertising. Don't forget your students have a sphere of people they may know that might want to put an ad in a yearbook, whether it's a grandfather, an uncle, an aunt, a cousin, somebody who has, like I said, a dry cleaning business. You want to ask your students to ask their families if they want to put an ad in the yearbook. The other kind of ad is called a dedication ad. Maybe if you're in a high school, all the seniors you might have seen in the back of the yearbook, they do put dedication ads in the book. Johnny, we love you so much. Congratulations on your graduation. Love mom and dad. You charge $50 for that. And every dollar that you bring in helps supplement the cost of that yearbook again, so that you can lower the cost of the yearbook. Something else that you might want to try. Every school may have an organization that you're tied to. So whether the yearbook class may or may not be able to register on Amazon for an Amazon Smile account. Really important. So if you can, and if you're eligible, and only Amazon can tell you that based on how your group is set up, but you can set up a group. We have schools that set their yearbook classes up as foundations. And those foundations have Amazon Smile accounts. And then you tell your entire school, when you go online, you go log in to Amazon Smile. I think it's smile.amazon.com or something like that. You can look it up. And every dollar that gets spent on that Amazon Smile account goes directly to you as a fundraiser. So everybody in the school who's using Amazon, every parent, every student, every family member, every time they buy something, a piece of that goes to your yearbook class. And you can then supplement the cost of your yearbook through Amazon Smile. There's a lot of other ways to supplement your income when it comes to your yearbook sales to help lower the cost of the yearbook. It's really important that you try to find as much information about that as you can. That way everybody can afford a yearbook and everybody's happy. I want to thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. You can find us just about anywhere you can watch your podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at yearbookslive.com. This is very visual sometimes. You might get a lot more information when you go to our YouTube channel or our website, again, yearbookslive.com. You'll also see all the videos on there as well. Please tell your friends about us, any other yearbook advisors, principals, anybody else involved with the yearbook. I think they can get a lot of good information on all the videos and all of the podcasts we have on here. So until next time, happy yearbooking.